I've audited hundreds of e-commerce brands while running my agency in the last few years, and I've directly worked with over 130 of them to fix their email marketing. And across these 130 brands, our average clients saw 22 to 50% of their entire monthly revenue just coming in from our email marketing. So it's safe to say I've seen every single email mistake a brand can make, and honestly, it's usually these 5 problems that keep showing up over and over again in every single audit. Some of them might be huge, dumb mistakes, and others can seem like very small little oversights that don't matter, but I promise you that all of these mistakes are costing e-commerce brands thousands of dollars every single month. So I'm going to walk you through the 5 most common mistakes I see, and more importantly, how to fix them so you're able to unlock an extra few $1,000s per month through your email marketing. Now, the first thing I see in almost every single audit is that brands only have the bare minimum flow set up. They've probably got a welcome series and an abandoned cart flow, and that's basically it. And even those flows are typically just 1 or 2 emails inside of them that aren't really driving that much revenue. Now, here's the big obvious problem with that. You're just straight up leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single month because there are 6 core flows in total that every single e-commerce brand needs running 24/7. And if you're missing even one of them, you're just leaking revenue at every stage of the customer journey. So let me go ahead and show you what a complete flow system actually looks like. Now, these are the 6 core flows that we set up for e-commerce companies. It's basically the entire foundation of your entire email marketing, and it retargets everyone who interacts with your website to try and push them through the entire customer journey. So try thinking of your marketing like a bucket with holes in it. You're pouring water or traffic into this bucket, and it's obviously leaking out a bunch of water. Now, the only way you could actually plug these holes inside of this bucket is by setting up proper email marketing flows, by retargeting all of these people through these sequences and getting them to actually purchase once and then have them purchase multiple times on your site. That's what we're able to do with having these email marketing flows in place. Now, if you only have 1 or 2 of these flows set up, like a welcome or an abandoned cart flow, you're simply losing out on thousands of dollars per month. Now, let me walk you through this entire system. So at the very top here, we have an opt-in pop-up. Now, this is going to be very, very crucial because we want to get as much of your traffic into your email list as possible so we can start targeting them through these flows. Now, inside of this pop-up, we're collecting the email, the phone number, and also segmenting them based off of us collecting zero-party data on your site. So an example of this is if you are let's say a baby brand, you sell baby boy clothes, baby girl clothes, and then toddler clothes, we would ask, hey, who are you shopping for? Baby boys, baby girls, or toddlers? From there, based off the welcome flow, we're going to split them up and only show them products that they're actually looking for, so we're able to increase the conversion rates. So if they're only shopping for baby boys, they're going to be right here, baby girls, and then toddlers. We're only showing them images of different babies or toddlers actually wearing those clothes, and then on top of that, only showing best sellers a part of those collections. From there, we have 3 SMS reminders that are going out, and then over the course of 5 days, all we're trying to do is retarget this traffic. They are brand new to your site and they don't know who you are, so we want to build up some trust and then get them to actually make that first purchase on your site. So we have like a plain text reminder from the founder, a review email, a product highlight, and at the very end here, we have a plain text email with an upgrade in the discount, kind of like a Hail Mary effort to try and get them to actually buy. Now, the next 3 flows are just your abandonment flows. So when somebody does X but doesn't do Y on your site abandonment is just retargeting your website visitors. Browse abandonment is retargeting people who actually window shop, go to your actual product pages, but they don't add to cart. We want to get these people back to your product page, add to cart, and eventually get them to purchase. From there, abandon checkout. This one's very straightforward. People who are actually adding to cart, going to checkout, but they're not purchasing. They are right on the edge and we just want to push them over. And then the last 2 flows that we have here that we always set up for e-commerce companies is our post-purchase and win back. So we want to be able to improve the customer experience with the post-purchase flow, get them to actually use our product, leave a review, and then push them to buy a second time on the site. And then we have our win back flow, which is simply just retargeting old customers who haven't purchased in a very long time to come back and purchase again on your site. Now, the whole purpose of this entire system is taking your cold traffic, guiding them through the entire journey to then purchase once, the very first milestone, and then the second milestone is getting them to purchase a second time on the site. So that's what these flows are basically meant to do. These 4 flows are trying to get them to make that first purchase, and then these last 2 flows are trying to get them to make that second purchase on the site. Now, I want to show you an example from one of our clients who we worked with last year. This is basically their account looking before we actually came in. So from December 18th to January 18th, they did $92,000, only 11 grand on the email side. If I go into their actual flows and go custom to last year, so we go December 18th, 2024 to January 18th, 2025 here, we actually click apply. So as you can see, the only flows that they had were a welcome flow, abandoned cart flow, a thank you flow, and a review request flow. And they were only bringing in $11,000 a month coming in from just these flows. Now, if we go to the next 30 days from January 18th to February 18th, As you can see, we did $128,000 just the next month, with 32 grand coming in from the email flow side. So the only thing that we did was set up this one system for them, and we're able to unlock an extra $20,000 a month in revenue just because we're able to have a proper abandoned checkout, a proper welcome series, a proper browse abandonment flow. All of the proper flows that we set up for their business was the only unlock and the only change that we did. So we're able to achieve this $32,000 a month. So this is just one example that we have of how proper email flows can unlock an extra few $1,000s a month for your business. All right, now the second mistake I see all the time is that brands have double opt-in and smart sending turned on in Klaviyo. Now this is one of those that seem very, very harmless and they're very, very small, but it's actually insanely bad for your bottom line. Now let me explain. Double opt-in makes people confirm that they actually want to receive your emails after they've already signed up for your pop-up. So you're basically just asking them twice if they want to receive your emails, which just kills your entire conversion rate. Now smart sending is even worse. It basically prevents you from sending an email to somebody if they've already received any email or SMS from you in the last 16 hours. So if somebody gets your campaign email, then adds it to cart and then leaves, you can't send them an abandoned cart flow to remind them to buy, which is basically you blocking yourself from actually making sales. Now, this is obviously very bad because the whole point of having flows is to be able to retarget your website traffic. Now, if you are sending a campaign to your email list, generating traffic to your website, having people actually take actions on your website, and now you're not able to send them any flows to retarget them, to push them through that buying journey and get them to make that first, second, or even third purchase, then you're basically just shooting yourself in the foot with your flows. Now, let me show you how to actually turn off double opt-in and how to make sure that none of your flows have smart sending on. So once you're inside of Klaviyo, what you want to do for turning off double opt-in is first you need to see what list your customers are actually going into once they have signed up on your pop-up. So we go into sign up forms right here. Our pop-up is going to be sending everybody to newsletter. So what I'm going to do now is go into audience, profiles, or actually lists and segments here. I'm going to find the list that everybody is going into, which is newsletter. Once you are inside of here, go into settings, consent, and then at the very bottom here at opt-in process, if it says if double opt-in is checked, just make sure it goes to single opt-in and click on save. Now you're not going to be asking people if they for sure want to receive your emails. They're just immediately going to get your first welcome email, giving them the discount code that they actually signed up for, which is going to reduce friction and actually get them to make that first purchase on your site. Now to make sure that smart sending isn't on, what you want to do is go inside of your email flows, click on one of your email flows that you have set up live, and you want to click on the actual email. So this email right here, I'm just going to click on it. On this little side pop-up thing, we're going to scroll all the way down and make sure that skip recently emailed profiles is turned off. So if it looks like this and this is checked, just click this off and then click on save. And then you have to do this for every single email inside your flow, every email and SMS. So we want to make sure that SMS is also off here as well. And then as we go down, it's going to be a very, very tedious process, but I assure you that it is very, very crucial that you have this set up, simply because you want to be able to retarget all of your website traffic, and this quite literally kills the entire purpose of that. So make sure that this setting right here is turned off for every single one of your emails inside of your flows. Now for actual email campaigns, what you want to do is when you are going to send out a campaign, I'm just going to name this one test. Right here, it's automatically going to be turned on to turn on smart sending. Just make sure to have this toggled off. You could go and find whatever email list that you want to send to, whatever email list you don't want to send to. As long as this is turned off, you should be golden to send out to that entire list without having anybody be skipped. Now, the third mistake is that most brands are only sending promotional emails to their list. Every single email is just a discount, a sale, or just some type of new product launch. And here's basically what happens when you do that. Your customers start to tune you out. They treat you like spam, and they learn that you only like to show up when you want their money. So they stop opening your emails, or worse, they only shop when you have a discount available, and they never buy at full price, which basically just hurts all of your margins. What you have to do instead with your email campaign sending is follow the 80-20 rule. 80% of your emails should be value-based and 20% of them should be promotional, because value-based emails are what actually build trust and loyalty with your list. And this is basically you solving their pain points, highlighting what benefits they're looking for, and tying your products into that. And when you have that type of trust, your promotional emails actually start to perform a lot better. Now, I know what some of you are asking. What does a value-based email even mean? Isn't a discount more valuable? Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, here are some emails that we recently made for our client this month. And these are all pure value-based emails. Now for this account, actually our value-based emails perform a lot better than our promotional ones, and I'll show you the results of that as well. But as you can see here, just a few examples I wanted to show you. So we're promoting our matcha product here, and this one is basically talking about the matcha ritual that changes morning routines. So basically, we're talking about our matcha, we're talking about the benefits of it, how it actually could help them, how, you know, you're not going to crash as hard as normal caffeine, and how you have 3x more caffeine inside of the matcha rather than coffee and without a crash, which is obviously a big benefit that most people are going for. Here is another email, why ceremonial matcha actually costs more and why it's actually more worth it. So we're talking to them about how this is going to cost them a lot more money, but we're also showing them what we're actually doing, how we're harvesting it, how we're actually providing this great matcha to them, basically being as transparent as possible with them. And we're still promoting at the very end of the email and at the very top here as well, promoting the actual ceremonial matcha for them to actually go ahead and purchase. Here is another email right here, the 4 ways to actually use matcha beyond the traditional latte. So we're actually showing them that they could use this in other ways other than a traditional latte. As you can see, we're talking about matcha sugar cookies, giving them the ingredients and how to make it, a matcha smoothie bowl, a iced matcha lemonade, a matcha chia pudding, and then at the end of every single recipe, we're simply just adding a quick CTA for them to go and click and go back to the product page for them to actually buy. Now, as you can see, all of these emails do not have any type of discount. They are not hard selling the actual matcha. We're simply just showing them different benefits of the matcha, how they could actually use it in their daily lives. And we're actually trying to connect with them other than asking them for their money. We're trying to show them that, hey, this is actually a good product that you would want to have. So let me show you the actual results from these email campaigns. So this is from the 4 ways to actually use matcha beyond the traditional latte. This is the last one that I just showed you. We did $2,800 in sales, 41% open rate with a 41% click rate. As you can see right here, this is the exact same email. We have the subject line with the preview text. We sent this out to 7,000 people and we made $2,800 off of this one campaign. Now let's go over here to real matcha lovers share their daily rituals. So this is a social proof email talking about different reviews. This is the very last one that I don't think I showed you, but we're basically talking about the difference between our ceremonial matcha and our barista blend. We're basically just comparing the difference that we have and what different benefits they actually have for the actual customer. This email did $3,500 in sales with the same 7,000 people that we sent this out to. Here is another one right here. So as you can see, this actually is an email from Cyber Monday. So this is us giving 20% off everything for 72 hours, an urgency email going based off of our Cyber Monday sale. It had $2,300 in sales, but right here, as you could see, we had no discounts on any of these value-based emails, and we're still able to achieve almost the exact same revenue amount, or we're able to achieve, you know, even more off of it, as you can see right here. So this is the power of actual value-based emails. Now I want to show you one more example of this. Now this is for a completely different company called AlgoRx. They are a peptide company. So I want to show you the difference. Here's our value-based email. We did $9,700 in sales. And here's our promotional email, which did $1,000 in sales. So this one is talking about back shots over beta blockers. We're talking about oxytocin and how it's kind of like the love hormone. Talking about the benefits of it, how, you know, you could use it for, you know, your relationship, all that type of stuff. And then this email, which is our promotional email, is us giving 15% off of our methylene blue, which is also a hot product for them. And we're mainly talking about the sale, but also we're talking about the benefits of it attached with a sale with it. But as you can see, this one has no sale, no discount code, no nothing. We did $9,700 in sales. And then this one was a promotional email that did $1,000 in sales. So as you can see, value-based emails, when you're talking about real value that your customers care about and things that your customers actually want to read and basically are relatable to them, they are going to engage with your emails a lot more. And on top of that, be more willing to actually purchase off of those email campaigns because you're tying your products into what they actually care about rather than just saying, hey, here's 15-20% off, buy my products now. Now, if you want to have all of this fixed for you and have a proven system with all the 6 core flows built into your brand and have proper email campaigns sent to your list to drive an extra 20 to 30% of your monthly revenue through the email marketing side, you could book a call with us using the first link in the description. We have helped over 130 e-commerce brands add millions of dollars in revenue just by using our systems. And if you're a good fit, we want to do the same for you. So click that first link in the description to get in touch. Now to the 4th mistake. So the 4th mistake is that brands aren't focusing on their pop-up and they think of it as kind of like an afterthought. And this is a huge one because you want to think of your pop-up as if it's the gate into your entire email marketing. The wider the gate, the better the results will be on the entire email marketing side. But most brands have a poorly set up pop-up, which means they will not see the best results with their email marketing. On top of that, 90% of brands have a basic pop-up that doesn't even collect zero-party data. Now, what even is zero-party data? Thanks for asking. Zero-party data is information information that your customers give to you directly, like basically like what they're shopping for. So for example, if you're a fashion company that sells men's, women's, and kids clothing, you should be asking, what are you looking for? Men's clothing, women's clothing, or kids? Then inside of your welcome series, you tailor that first email based on their answers so you have higher conversion rates and you're tailoring the entire experience to them. This makes your emails way more relevant and more likely to actually convert. So let me show you what a high converting pop-up with zero-party data looks like and how you could set it up for your business. So here, what you want to think about is you have paid traffic coming into your website. Majority of these people are going to leave, but our goal with our pop-up is to have some of them actually convert into our email list and have them as email subscribers. From there, we share content with them, which gives us a higher ROAS because we have another channel of us nurturing them, building more trust with them, and actually getting them to buy, other than you just overly relying on paid ads and your website to do all the heavy lifting for you. So that's why having a high converting pop-up is super crucial, because you want to convert these people into actual email subscribers. So here are just some pop-up results that we also have. So this pop-up did 1.9K in revenue, 2.4K in revenue, 2.4K in revenue. This one had a 9% submit rate, 7%, a 6.87% submit rate. You want to make sure that your submit rate is as high as possible. That is ideally what we are looking for. And this is the only thing that we are looking for when identifying the health of your pop-up. So number one, when it comes to having a high converting pop-up, is going to be the offer. Here are some of the best offers that we have seen to convert from highest to lowest. And if you are able to do, like a free gift, which is going to be the highest converting, that is going to be the best thing that you could have. Next is going to be a dollar amount off. Next is going to be a discount percent, or like a percent off, early access to new products, and then free shipping on your next order. So essentially, if you have a high perceived value product that doesn't cost you a lot that you're able to give away for free with their first purchase, that is going to be the best thing that you could ever do. From there, a dollar amount off is very, very sexy for consumers, and then also a percent off. These two are typically for the brands who say like, oh, we can't do any discounts. We always like to have a pop-up just so we're able to capture these people in, which is why we have these two. But ideally, every single brand should be able to discount at least something. So you could either give a free gift with a high perceived value product once again, or a dollar or percent off. Next is going to be the design. So few things to consider when it comes to the design of your pop-up. You need to have a clear offer, so making sure that your offer is like clear inside of the headline. You need to make sure that it's on brand. You don't want to have a basic pop-up there. You want to make sure that everything is congruent with your branding and your website. For desktop, actually, you want to have an image with a text block on the side. So as you can see, this is an image with a text block. On mobile, we're seeing that only text is working best. So don't have an image on mobile because it makes it a lot more smaller and harder to read. So you just want to have text on mobile, and then a CTA. So you want to have a CTA button color that's going to pop on your actual pop-up so people know where to click. So the design is very, very important when it comes to actually creating a high converting pop-up. And here are just some of the other designs. So as you can see, very, very clear offer, very, very clear on like what they actually could be getting, where to put in their email, and actually how to actually unlock it by clicking this button. Now, the next is going to be the sequence. So how you should actually set up your pop-up so it's high converting. There are four main steps basically. So it's one is going to be collecting the zero party data and teasing the discount. Next is going to be collecting the email address. Then it's going to be the phone number, and then you want to confirm that. So as you can see right here, this is for this company called Fashion Gold. We're saying, hey, you've got a free gift. To claim it, tell us how your dream hair would look like. So this is a hair care company, obviously. So if we have four different options here, and we're asking, and we're basically telling them to answer, do you want your hair to look thick and voluminous, smooth and shiny, frizz-free and humidity resistant, or repaired and stronger? Based off of this, we're tailoring the first email inside their welcome series. The next step is going to be to claim your free gift with your first order, put in your email here, and then claim gift. Final step to actually fully claim it, put in your number. And then at the very end here, we have like, hey, thank you for sharing. It's a confirmation, telling them where to shop, where to actually find their discount code. And then from there, we're basically just trying to get them to move forward with the actual purchasing decision. So this is the entire sequence that we have seen work best for our actual clients. And as you can see, we're using all the previous elements as well. We have a very, very clear offer right here. We have a clear way of how to actually claim it, and we're collecting all the data points that we actually need, so we're able to market to these people in the best way possible. Now, the very, very last step for a high converting pop-up is going to be timing. So this is very simple. The best timing for your pop-up is going to be 7 to 12 seconds of them actually viewing your site, or after they have scrolled 35% of your site. So to make sure that your timing is set up right, I just want to show you right here. So I'm going to go inside of this pop-up. As you can see, we have a 6.5% submit rate in the last 7 days, which is very good. From there, you want to go to targeting and behavior. And then after time delay, you want to make sure that is on with 7 seconds. And then after visitor has scrolled a certain amount with 35% there. and then just publish changes, publish anyway, then you should be able to exit. So that is how to set up the timing for your actual pop-up as well. And the fifth and final mistake I see is that most brands are not purging their dead profiles from their email list. Now, a dead profile basically means that these people have not opened or clicked on any of your emails in months. And if you're not removing them, basically two things are happening. First, you're ruining your deliverability because most of these email providers like Gmail and Yahoo see that people are not engaging with your emails, which basically means that, you're going to have lower open rates, lower click rates, and they're not going to put your emails inside of your actual customers' inboxes, and you're going to end up in promotions or spam. And the second is that you're basically paying for these people to ignore you. Now, it's really dumb when you say it out loud, but Klaviyo charges based on active profiles. So you're literally paying for these people who will never buy from you and they will never open your emails. So you should be purging your email list every 2 to 3 months to keep your open rates and click rates healthy, and then also lower your Klaviyo bill because Klaviyo loves to charge an arm and a leg. So here's what it actually looks like inside of Klaviyo, and I'll show you how you could purge your dead profiles today. So to be able to purge your dead profiles, what you need to do is go into lists and segments inside your Klaviyo account or whatever email sending software you're using. Create a segment. And then from here, you want to begin by doing what somebody has done. And then this person has received email is at least 5 over all time. From here, you just want to click on this little duplication button. Click on and. From here, what you want to do is what somebody has done. Opened email 0 times over all time. Click on this little duplication thing one more time and make sure it's on and. And then what somebody has done, this person has clicked email 0 times over all time. And then that's 7,200 people right there. And then just to go one level deeper, this person can receive your email marketing. So as you can see, what this segment is saying is that this person has received 5 emails from you over all time. They have opened or clicked on your emails 0 times over all time, and they actually can receive your email marketing. So these people are an active profile inside of your list. And as you can see, we have 1,400 people inside of here. So what I'm going to do now is just going to name this suppressed list, create segment there. And once this segment is actually made, I'll show you how to actually purge these people from your list. So as you can see, this list has now been made. So what we want to do now is click on these 3 dots right here, suppress current members, bulk suppress. And then now we're going to see our actual email profile count drop. And I'll show you once, typically if I just refresh this right now, as you can see, it's starting to go down just slowly but surely. But once the entire thing has actually gone through and suppressed, we'll have 1,400 people less inside of our email list. All right, so those are the 5 biggest mistakes I keep seeing in every single email audit I've done for an e-commerce brand. Now, if you're sitting there thinking, okay, I get what not to do, but what should I actually be doing? Don't worry, I got you. Watch this next video where I break down the exact email flow system that made our clients over $10 million in sales, and I'll see you there.